First, I'd like to give thanks to Allah the Almighty, who has once again given us the chance to celebrate our Army's irreversible march, and which is a symbol of sovereignty. And it is also with immense pleasure that I preside over this ceremony, which has now become a well-established tradition in the life of the armed defense and security forces. And the commissioning of 343 officers marks not only the end of their training, but the start of their careers in the defense and security armed forces. And this is directly in line with the vision of the transitional authorities, to have an army commensurate with the prominence that characterizes our national and international environment. I would like to thank the Malian people and especially commend their resilience, and they very quickly understood since the start of the transition to support the directions of its leaders, which is to rebuild our defense system. And this necessarily involves human resources, meaning effective recruitment, providing suitable training, and ensuring the well-being not only of the soldier and his family, but also improve living and working conditions. And this also necessarily requires equipping the armed and defense forces to meet the threat and above all the mission. So it's the combination of these different elements that determines not only the capacity, the power, and the rise of an army. And when we consider today the current geopolitical environment, the significant tensions from armed terrorist groups that our nation is currently confronting, this requires us not only to adapt ourselves on a permanent basis, but also to construct a robust and highly professional defense tool, able to deploy, to project itself at all times, in all circumstances, for the operational defense of the national territory, the safety of its people and their property, but above all, to defend everything that is not only economic sovereignty, as you know today, with the changing the objectives and targets of these armed terrorist groups based on the directives of their foreign sponsor. We must not only adapt, but above all, build an army worthy of the name, capable of ensuring the defense of our homeland. To the officers of the promotion of Brigadier General Pangasse Sangare, I would first like to congratulate them and encourage them. With Brigadier General Pangasse Sangare as my godfather, who served as a role model in our army. He rose through all the ranks from platoon leader to general of the army, is a rare feat in our military. Therefore, they are now called upon not only to live up to expectations, but also to demonstrate leadership, commitment, and above all, professionalism. They must now understand that the true power of an army is measured by the worth of the men and women who serve within its ranks. So now they are called not only to train themselves further, but above all to protect their civilians, without whom no successful outcome will ever be possible. So I would like to ask them that in the face of terrorist complicity and its imminence, we and they must have a spirit of sacrifice, a constant commitment, and above all, determination and dignity in the face of adversity.